Okay, Impact Wrestling. Now, if you guys seen my Hell in a Cell review, you know I was pissed as hell. I'm much more better now. But I'm not gonna lie, there was one glaring weakness in this show that did upset me. And it wasn't directly in the show, but it was a part of the show. Now I'm gonna say it that way. I'll save it for the end if I don't forget, which I have a tendency when I get pissed off about something. But let's open with Ace Austin versus Eddie Edwards. Now, supposing this was Ace Austin's chance to get into the ladder match. And the opening had Ace Austin basically having two good-looking girls, women, whatever, grab him and kiss him. They were behind well, I'm going to put it like this. With the story, why are you doing it? Why are you not only showing women kissing on Ace Austin, but him wearing a shirt saying Austin 316, I banged your wife. I believe that's what it says. It's in my face. Where are you going with this Impact Wrestling? I told you guys I didn't like this storyline. It just, and I'm not taking away how hard they're trying to make it interesting. They are. I'm not taking that away from them. And I'm sure some people are enjoying it. But for me personally, it makes no sense. Especially that they had him come out in the shirt saying, I'm banging your wife. And you would think that Alyssa Edwards would be watching the freaking show. Isn't she part of Impact? Doesn't she watch the damn show? I'm just saying. And then two women kissing over an Ace Austin before the match even starts. Makes it even more dumb. And then Don Callis is helping Ace Austin on top of that. It makes you think, what is wrong with Alyssa Edwards? Is she that monumentally stupid? A dumb blonde that can't chew gum and walk at the same time. That makes her look like that. So they have the match, which was an okay match, but still I didn't care. In the end, Ace wins because of Reno Scum coming out and giving a hand. But here's the thing, I don't care about this feud. I don't want this feud. Yes, he's now in the ladder match, but now at the end of the show, we have Ace Austin supposedly being in a street fight with Eddie Edwards. Now, I don't know if that's going to be on the show of Bound for Glory or before then. I think it's going to be on the show of Bound for Glory. I believe it is. And then he's had to do double duty working at the ladder match. I could be wrong. You guys can tell me below. But if it's that, this made no damn sense. If it was before then, and today, this is, what's today? We're on the 11th. So if it's next week, then I can understand why they're doing it. But then I don't understand why they're doing this because they should never even gone this far with Ace Austin and Eddie Edwards. If it's a street fight next week Friday, before Bound for Glory, it feels like a waste of time. I'm just saying. Let's move on to Rosemary talking with Taya Valkyrie. Rosemary being asked again by Taya, please help me. I now don't have to just deal with Tennille Dashwood. I now have to deal with Havoc. Come on, girl. Give me a hand here. We're supposed to be friends. And you get a little Rosemary kiss on the cheek and says, I'd like to see you get pummeled. I want to see you get beaten up. I like to see you get beaten up. So we get that. And now we get the match of... Let me put it to you in this respect. Did I find the match between Havoc and Taya Valkyrie bad? No. Tennille Dashwood being there was fine. But here's the thing. Wouldn't you think it would be better that Tennille Dashwood face a Havoc than a Taya Valkyrie? Because I would rather leave Tennille Dashwood alone, out of the picture, let Taya lose the strap at Bound for Glory, let a Havoc deal with a Su Yung, and then deal with a Havoc after that. I think that would have been a better situation. That's what I think. You could have had Taya drop the strap months ago. And if you gotta have something for Tennille to do, let her go after a Taya Valkyrie as a #1 contender at Bound for Glory. And then, dealing with that, she wins the opportunity to become the next opponent for a Havoc. That's after she deals with Su Yung at Bound for Glory. I think that would have been a better solution. Have Havoc win a couple of months ago. Then have Havoc deal with Su Yung at Bound for Glory. Let Tennille Dashwood and a Taya Valkyrie face each other at Bound for Glory for the number 1 contendership. Then go on a month or 2 from now and then do it then. I really feel like they have so many things scattered over the place. It just doesn't feel right for me personally. In the end, you got, and I did enjoy this, you got Jonna Bravo interfering by grabbing the ref, pulling him out of the ring, and you got a very pissed off Havoc with a Father Mitchell warning him, you done it now. You done it now. They're in my face. I couldn't get Father Mitchell's face, but you get it. And he grabs him, and she grabs him, sorry, not he, she, and choke slammed the living crap out of him, not once but twice. I enjoyed it. Then you had Tennille go into the ring after Taya hits in the face a Havoc. Tennille gets over on Taya. And honestly, I just feel like that what I said earlier would be a better solution than this. I just don't see this making much sense. Isn't Havoc supposed to still deal with Su Yung? Where's Su Yung? What are they doing? Are they going to solve this on the last show before Bound for Glory? Now, we have the Dempsey Hit Squad with Muhammad Ali Shera versus the Rascals. Now, the main thing that I enjoyed about this match wasn't the fast-paced wrestling. And Raj Singh, and I finally remember the guy's name. I always tend to forget Raj's name. I always forget. I don't know why. But Raj did a pretty good job in this match. I did enjoy his ring work. I've never really had a problem with it. But in this match, it was actually better than what I normally see. But the person that shined was Muhammad Ali Shera. He didn't have any help to destroy the Rascals. It took all 3 of them to do drop kicks just to try and mess him up. And that is what I wanted when it came to the Deaners. And I know people would say, hey, you should drag it out with the Deaners. No. No. Muhammad Ali Shera needs to destroy everyone on the roster. He's gone for the Deaners. And the problem I had when it came to Brother Luke and Cody, he should have been able to deal with them both and destroy them. I know that Brother Jake is a big guy. Yes, I'm not against him. I actually like Brother Jake and the Deaners. But he needed to be destroyed. If you're going to make Muhammad Ali Shera a real threat to go into the main title scene, which they need more people in the main title scene for a Brian Cage. Who do you got? Brian Cage, Sami Callihan. You got Michael Elgin, who's now been put to the wayside, and he's going to be dealing with Fallah Bahh. And I'm not against Fallah Bahh. They had a nice segment with Fallah Bahh and TJ Perkins. I enjoyed it. But next week, Fallah Bahh's going up against Michael Elgin. Where's Michael Elgin? He's lost in the weeds. So you only got those guys. You got Michael Elgin, you got Sami Callihan, and you got Brian Cage. That's it. You need a new challenger for a Brian Cage. Muhammad Ali Shera could fit the bill if you bill him right. I'm just saying. Dempsey Hit Squad 1. Let's move on. Now, we got Mousse versus Stefan Banner. What is the guy's name? Banner. I'm mispronouncing his name. Banner. I'm just saying this. I remember in Victory Road, I think it was last year, he did that match with Mousse. It was okay. But he felt kind of credible, but then he didn't feel credible. So what do we get here? Him going up against Mousse. Mousse doing all right. And I got to say this. You got, what is the guy's name? Trigg? Frank Trigg was at commentary. And you know what? I want him to be in commentary. Yes, he talks very gentle. But I actually want to see a new guy in commentary. I would like to see Josh Matthews do what Michael Cole has done. To a certain extent. He's been doing backstage interviews. Or, not interviews, but basically special segments. Put him on special segments and interview a lot of these people. Find out what makes them tick. In the back. I think he should be doing that. Something different. And bring in this Frank Trigg. And have him do commentary for a little while. I want to see a change up. You only got the same guys. I'm hoping Frank Trigg will stick around for a little bit. That's just me. You guys tell me below. The match reached a point where Stefan began to bleed. And in the end, he was, what was it? Was it a DQ? Yes, Mousse DQ'd the match. And in the end, once you got Stefan getting beaten up, you got Shamrock coming out. And this is what I don't agree with. Why? It's in my face. Why do you have him tapping out to the ankle lock now? No. This was not necessary. It wasn't necessary. It wasn't. You could have Mousse back away from him, and he just looked really awkward trying to punch Mousse on the arms, flailing his arms back and forth, going, That just looked so awkward. How long has it been since he's been doing pro wrestling? He needed some practice before he got in the freaking ring and looked legitimate. He looked so cringy. And then he did the freaking ankle lock. Why do I care now? Even if Mousse does win that match, I don't give a damn because they did this. It just felt a big waste of time. That's just me. Okay, we got the most entertaining match of the night. You guys know I gotta say it. You guys know I'm going there. You got Jordynne Grace, who I'm glad to see. I'm glad to see she's there still, at least with these tapings. And then you got RVD's woman and a Kaitlyn, what is it? Katie Forbes. This ass woman. The ass is real. Like the force is real. The ass is real. It's in my face. These shots have to be shown of her shaking her ass. Woo! That's a lot of ass. And when it came to this match, it was actually a decent match. But I'm not going to lie. I kind of wish, and look, I love women. I love touching women, if I'm allowed to touch. I'm an old man. No woman's going to want to touch an old man like me. I'm almost 50 years old. No woman wants me. Just joking. Actually, yeah, I'm joking. But anyway, just because I love women, it kind of is very hard to focus on a woman that has an ass who is wearing trunks that is legitimately designed to make that ass shake so gelatinous. It's hard to keep focused on the freaking match. I'm sorry. She's in my face. And there was even a crotch shot. Once, let me set this up. Once she got nailed in the corner by a Jordynne Grace, she was pulled up by her panties, by her trunks, in a wedgie. And that wedgie did not get fixed. She did not try to fix her pants. Her trunks. She left them as it was. And we got that crotch shot. It's in my face. Delicious. I'll see if I can even zoom it in a little bit. Even if it shows me a little bit of zoom, it's always good. And it's probably there. But in the end, it was a major problem for me. It's hard to focus on the match when that ass was shaking so nice. Only thing I want to do is stare at it. And I know women and men alike like staring at a nice, round, firm ass. There's only one other ass in Impact Wrestling that looks just as good. It's just not as gelatinous as that. And that's Kiera Hogan. For a small woman, that woman got a very firm ass. Like a Naomi of WWE. Her ass is as firm as hers. Delicious. But Jordynne Grace wins. But what does this actually mean for Forbes or Jordynne Grace? Next to, and I know I didn't say anything about Johnny Swinger. I'm not going there right now. Because we still don't know what they're going to do with Johnny Swinger. Even though Katie had her moment in the back with him saying, I can make you a star. And we know what that type of star is. Star. And then Jordynne Grace, I don't have the shot, shoved his ass back. And he says, oh, I like it rough. That shot I do have, I'm sure. But in the end, it was a good situation. I loved the match because of the ass. And it was actually a good match. Jordynne Grace and Kaitlyn Forbes actually have some decent chemistry. It wasn't a perfect match. It was a bit botchy. The Jordynne driver, once it was applied, Jordynne whacked her dead in her face with the heel of her boot. She did. But it wasn't a bad match. I did enjoy it. Now, I have to say this briefly. I believe at Bound for Glory, they're going to have to call the shot at Bound for Glory. It's supposedly, if I'm understanding correctly, basically a bite off of the Royal Rumble. And whoever wins has the right to try and get whatever title they want. If they want to go after the tag titles, they can get a person to go with them and try and face the tag champions. If they want to go after the X Division, the World Championship, or the Knockouts Championship, they have the ability to do it. I'm just, really? Feast of Fire was a little more interesting than doing what they do at WWE. I know Feast and Fire is a bite off of the Royal Rumble. It is. That's what it is. But this one's way too blatant, and I don't like it. It's so freaking blatant. I'm not saying it'll be a bad concept. It is something, at least something you'll get. But the question's going to be, what are they going to do when this happens, and who's going to go for it? I don't know. And the runner-up of that match. No, what was it? I think it's the runner-up of something. I can't remember what it was. Someone starts first. That's what I think. If I'm remembering correctly, somebody starts first. I just don't remember. I'll need more information. But anyway, let's get to the final match. Am I forgetting anything? Because I have a tendency to forget stuff. I think I got it all. You basically have Tessa and Daga, her boyfriend, I believe. The people said that's her actual boyfriend. It probably was a kick that they both had a chance to actually be on Impact together and wrestle together. Fine. And then you got, Jake Chris, the current champion of the X Division, and Mad Dog Fulton. Was it a good match? It was okay. Wasn't an amazing match. I think the match between the Debsy Hit Squad and the Rascals was a better match than this. And it wasn't because there was 6 of them there. I think it was due to the fact that it was a bit more fast-paced, that had a lot more focus on high-flying. Because, let's be honest, you got a Tessa Blanchard that's not a high flyer. She isn't. Doesn't mean she can't high fly, but she's not a high flyer. And you got Mad Dog Fulton that doesn't fly at all. He's just a brick house. Now, many people will probably enjoy the match. It wasn't 100% bad. In the end, it was, who's the one that won it? I can't even remember. It was the Faces who won. Oh, yeah. And it was Tessa pinning Jake. She pinned him. She did pin him. Of course, Mad Dog destroyed them both. Fine. And then the Brian Cage comes out. And after that, once Brian came out, he gets his ass handed to him because Sammy comes out with a steel chair. All of OVE beats him down. They put him into two handcuffs on both his hands. And then here's the thing that got me pissed off. That really needs to stop right now. You got Brian Cage pinned up. He's got 2 handcuffs on each hand on the ring ropes. He's about to get nailed in the face with the equalizer, the bat itself, and then Melissa Santos or Melissa Cage comes out. Well, actually, I should reverse myself. Because on her stream, because that's what I saw, she now wants to be known as Melissa Santos Cage. Here's the thing that pisses me off, and it's not her name. She gets into the ring. She's trying to defend her man. She's saying, please, don't do this. We have a child. And in the end, what was fine. Melissa gets a pile driver for her trouble, which she deserves it for being in the ring. She gets a hair grab. You got Sammy grabbing her, pile drives her ass, and she's laid out in front of the wonderful Brian Cage, who is so pissed right now, out of his mind, worrying about his woman, and beyond mad. And it works fine. But here's the problem. And it's in my face. You got freaking Melissa Santos on the freaking stream. Yes, there's 2,600. It didn't go beyond 2,000 at all. It stayed around 2,400 to, I think 2004, 2005. No. Yeah, 2,600 to 2,400. I'm sorry. Not 2004 or 5. 2,600 to 2,400. That's how many people on the stream. That's not the problem for me. I just saw Melissa Santos get pile drived. Yes, we know it's taped. But if you want realism, you do not have the woman that just got her ass pile-drived on the freaking stream talking about it. This has been going on for months with this storyline with her, and it's been progressively getting worse and worse. I don't hate Melissa. I've said this before. I don't hate her. I don't hate Melissa. I like Melissa. I see that she's a nice woman. She does a decent job as an interviewer. But here's the problem. You have her in a major storyline with the top talent of your promotion in a Brian Cage. He's working with Sami Callihan. Why in the blue fuck do you have her doing the damn stream? Wouldn't it make sense, Impact Wrestling, that she not be on the stream, that you have someone else? I don't care if it was a guy that was there a couple of weeks ago, and they're saying because Melissa got pile drive, she cannot be there. We know, yes, it is pre-taped. But it does not mean that it doesn't take you out of the immersion of the entire thing. Seriously. This just took me out of the immersion of this situation. I can see him being mad, but then I see her instantly after the show is over, once the stream of the Impact Wrestling ends, and there she is wearing some damn glasses. The show wasn't bad, but this truly destroyed the immersion of watching Impact. Now, of course, once they go on Axe TV, it will be different. I'm not going to be watching the Twitch stream anymore. That will be it. When Axe is going to be showing them, I'm going to be looking for a stream, and I'm going to watch Axe instead of watching the stream. And they're going to learn, because of what they did with Melissa, the stream is going to drop down to a few hundred people eventually. There'll be no way that the stream will be as high as it is. It's going to keep dropping. It will. It's only a matter of time before they're going to have to make a choice between either retiring the stream or putting someone else than Melissa on it, because when they first started, Melissa had nearly 15,000 people there. A max. Nearly 15,000 people was watching at one time. Now it's dropped from 15,000 to the lowest I've seen is 2,399 people. That was last week. 2,399 people, barely breaking 2,400. It is going to happen that they're going to have to decide to stop the stream with her on it or just stop the stream completely. For me, right now, I want someone new on the stream. Put someone new. I don't care if it's Gail Kim. I don't care if it's Eli Drake. I don't care if it's, Jimmy Jacobs. Someone charismatic to make the stream fun. You need to switch her out while she's in a prominent storyline. That's my feeling about this. But you guys tell me below. Have a good day. Have a good night. Peace!